welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, and welcome to What I Love This Wednesday. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different and talk about my nails. I've had a couple people, well, I asked, actually. What started it was I asked if I should keep my pink nails or not, and then I got a couple DMs asking how do I do my dip powder. So I do love my dip powder, so I thought I would sit down and chat about them. Okay, so I had thought about doing this video, and then I started redoing my nails because it needed to be done, and then I was like, yeah, I should have been filming this. So I will talk about everything really quick and why I love them, and then I will leave a timestamp as far as when the demo is, and then do the demo, and then I'll come back and do an outro, so you just get to hear me talk. But anyways, I wanted my nails. I'm a mom of 4. I'm constantly washing dishes, bathing somebody. I'm a dog mom, so you know, she's needy. She needs a bath and playing outside. I love gardening. I love being outside. I love hot hikes, and then so nail polish just isn't. It's not my thing. I've tried acrylic nails and I'm okay with them, but they're not for me. So I wanted to try dip powders, and I wasn't really sure what to do. My friend Beth always goes and she gets hers done, and that's the other thing. I don't want to go pay for somebody to do them. So I just, that's my thing. I know you should pamper yourself, but it's not my thing to go and have my nails done. To each their own. It's not my thing. But anyways, so I wanted to do them myself. And then I wanted to do it to see if I was like interested in doing it. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. So I wanted to do this on a budget, which I was able to do. I don't have my box anymore, but I decided to go with the company Red Carpet Manicure. I got it at Ulta. I was able to use a coupon, and actually I was able to use points, and I literally paid nothing for it. So the starter kit is $35, $34.99 I think. And then you, like I said, you can use coupons on it, or points, whichever, but it's $35. You do get all 4 bottles of items that you're going to need. You do get the base coat, the activator, the brush softener, and then the top coat. I will say I did start doing my own dip nails back in December of last year, and I will say that, well, actually I haven't been through the brush softener or the activator yet, so these are still original since last year, so it's now September, so like 10 months? 10-ish months, 9-ish months, anyways. But I will say that the base coat and top coat, because you do layer and layer and layer and layer and you use them often, these will last you about 6 months, and they are $10 a piece. So this is $20 right here. And that's why I think the kits are the best value, and I will be honest, I just repurchased another $35 kit. I initially bought a kit for $35, loved it, and I bought another kit when it was time to just replace these two, because you do get extra things with it. You get nail wipes, and this is dirty, I don't have any more to show you that are clean, but you do get a few of these. I do need to pick some more up, but these are lint-free wipes. These are really, really handy. You do get orange wood sticks, which I'm also out of. I obviously need to go back to Ulta, right? But anyways, you get these, you get some orange wood sticks, and then you get some remover pads as well. So you do get quite a bit. You also get a dip powder, sorry. And you don't get to choose the dip powder. Each kit has something different depending on where you get it and what season. Because they did a holiday kit. I wasn't able to get it, but they did have a holiday kit, and they had like a special edition little pot in there. So for $35 you get everything that you're going to need, and it will last you for 6 months. So if it's a powder that you really like, you're good to go. You're set, you're done. If anything you need to do is to buy remover and remover wraps kind of thing, which some people will say that you can hack and just use cotton balls and like tinfoil, because that's basically all it is. I did buy a box of the removers, or the remover pads. They are split up into packs of 10, and I will say, because I like to save my money, I don't like to throw things away, I will do one hand at a time. So I will take this hand off and then use the same 5 for this hand. So There is a 100 foil reps in this little guy here. It's $10, which again, you can use coupons or sales. I mean, they do have sales sometimes too. So you can wait for a sale or get this, you know, at a discount with the coupons. So for $10, you get 100 wraps, wipes. I'm a mom. So you do get 100 wraps. So that makes it either, if you do it all at once, you can get 10 removals. So, and I remove mine every 2 to 3 weeks. So, unless I get bored with the color, then I'll remove them faster. But I only use them for 5, so I get 20 uses instead of just the 10. But they do have like a fold, oh, there we go, like a fold over here so that the liquid doesn't seep down your hand because that's uncomfortable. And then a nice little cotton thing here, and then you just kind of wrap it around your finger. But I will say I did try at first, after with the kit, you do get 10 of these for removal. And I tried just using the tin foil and cotton ball, and it was a disaster. I literally sent my husband to, I was like, you have to go to Ulta, you have to go get these foil wraps. I can't do this. I cannot do this. So, worth it. They do have a removal kit as well. This, I believe, is $10. You do get this, it's very, very gritty. It's very dirty. It's just mine, so I don't care. But this does help when you take it off. You do kind of file it down as much as you can with this guy, and it does come with a 2-ounce little bottle of this guy. I have the 4-ounce. And orange wood sticks, and another pack of the removal wraps. This is for $10. I think it's worth it, especially if you want to see if you want to do this route. Some people use straight acetone. I know that acetone can be very, very harsh on your nails, so I didn't want to do that. So this does have acetone in it, but it's not pure acetone, and so it's not harsh on my fingertips, it's not harsh on my nails, and I only get the 4-ounce because I have just a small little box that I keep everything in, and that way everything is in. They do have a bigger bottle. I just don't. This is $4 for 4 ounces. I just use this. So this is the only one I've ever bought. Stop shaking. So in 6 months, I've used maybe half of it. So I didn't see the reason for the big one. But anyways, you also, with the kit, you also get a little pamphlet here. It does have just like some information, and then on this side it does have directions to help. And I've been doing this since December. You think I would have it down packed, and I don't, because I have this little cheat sheet, so I don't log the information in the mom memory bank to remember things. I have to remember enough, so I always just kind of keep this out and I set it up in front of me. You'll see in my little demo, and this just gives you some helpful tips and tricks as to how to get it, you know, on your nails. So each little tub of color is $10, and I think that's a pretty fair price. Again, if they do go on sale, you can use coupons, and then my Ulta cycles out the shades often because we are a smaller store, so, you know, they will clearance them out, and I can still use coupons. So, yeah, I have a few shades here that I have. So that is everything with their brand, and I want to talk about some tips and tricks that I have found. One other thing that you do get with the kit is you get these extra brush tips, because it's a learning curve. I will say that when you go in with the base coat and your dip powder for a while, you will have to put the activator on, and if you don't wipe it all off and you go back in with your base coat or your top coat, whichever, these brushes can get hardened very, very fast. And then, I mean, it's not a brush, it's just basically a plastic tube. So you do have to switch these out. But after you kind of get a groove and you're good to go and you know what you're kind of doing, I've only had to replace one. So there's that, really quick. So I do always like a rag. This is just a cheap microfiber kind of rag that I got at the dollar store. I think it's a pack of like 4 or 5 for $1, and this is just something I use for protecting the surface that I'm working on. I also prefer this. It's Super Nail. It's a cuticle softener. You definitely want to push your cuticles back before you start. I get this at Sally's. It's $3, I think. $3? $2, $3, $4. Anyways, this lasts you forever. That was really good. I did find my OPI cuticle pusher. I also sometimes will just use an orange wood stick, depending on if I do a full manicure on myself. Sometimes I'll just, you know, orange wood stick's fine, but sometimes I use cuticle scissors to kind of scrape my nails. I know that's horrible. You don't need to remind me. I know. So these are the two items, or the orange wood sticks, like I said, I use to push back my cuticles as well. So there's that. I also keep one of these little nail brushes because you are filing and shaping your nails, and I just do this to kind of keep all the dust out and out of the bottles here. And another good tip that I have for when you do your nails is you paint on the base coat and then you dip your finger in whichever color that you prefer, and when you take it out it's full of powder. Now if you don't dust it off, because you have to layer it, and you just go in and you layer again with that base coat tube is going to get full of whatever color you're using. It's going to stain your brush, and if you go from like a neutral to a red, that red is going to stain your neutral and you're never going to have a neutral again. I'm just going to say that. So what I use is, this is an e.l.f. small tapered brush right here. This is really fantastic. It helps to just kind of clean it all off. And again, I've never had any transfer of color because I use this. Just, you don't have to use this specific brush, but a brush, if you have an old makeup brush you're never going to use, or just, I think this is just like $2 or $3. So this is really, really inexpensive. And then I also have these, nail files. I really like these nail files. I've been purchasing them for quite some time. I'll try to remember to leave the link. I get these on Amazon. They're relatively inexpensive. I also have this. It's an it's just the bottle. This was an OPI antiseptic. It's basically alcohol. I just refill this with alcohol because you will need alcohol as well. I forgot to say this too. This comes with, it's a buffer brush, or a buffer file. It comes with a kit. So that is everything you get. Again, I'm all over the place. Lots of coffee. I'm trying to do lots. We're going on vacation. But I can't handle it anymore. My allergies are just gonna have to suck it up. So you get a powder, you get the nail wipes, or the remover wipes, you get the extra brush tips, the 4 little containers that you need, and a color. So you get so much, and it's a really great deal. Okay, but let's see how Kelly did these nails. And again, I'm sorry because I had already started and then had the afterthought, so I'm sorry. Okay, so I was sitting here redoing my nails because this is what I want to talk about for What I Love Wednesdays, and I was like, I should have been filming this. So I already have my one hand done. Focus, focus, focus. I guess that's a little better. I have glitter on this finger as well as my ring finger. So I already did start the process on this one. I will say I still keep this. This came in my little kit, and I always have it propped up so I don't forget any of the steps or anything. And then I have everything sitting out here that I do need, which I will go over. I do have the 3 nail polish things that we do need. I have the base coat over here, and I have the activator as well as the top coat that sit on the right side. I do use this. This is an e.l.f. small tapered brush. I had a couple of these laying around, and I don't use them for makeup too much, so I do have this. I do keep one of these for when I just need to kind of clean up. I do use these cuticle scissors to kind of pick off any excess around the edges because I'm out of orange wood sticks. And then I also keep, this is the file that came with the set, and then I also have these 2, I'm not sure, but I keep these 2. There's a buff side and then a file side on that side. And then I also have a lint-free little thing here, and then my alcohol solution, as well as a rag sitting down. And so this is my setup. So let's go ahead and get into it. I do follow the steps here. Like I said, I already did step 1, and I started with step 2. So basically, after you prep your nails by pushing the cuticle back and shaping the nails and then wiping it clean with the alcohol wipe, you go in with a very thin layer of the base coat, and then you dip at a 45-degree angle into the powder. And then after I will do my whole hand, just that way I remember how many layers of each. Then I just take this and then I dust it off here. I do this, like I take my hand off away so I'm not dusting everything because I do sit here and do my makeup and I don't want it to get in my computer stuff here, so that will ruin it as far as the dust. So go ahead and get into this. And then I'm not the best at this, but it does enough. Try not to touch the skin because then it does create lift, and then I just kind of paint it on very evenly, very quickly. I dip it in there. Now, if you have never done dip nails, there is a strong odor in this. It's a base coat. I'm not sure what it says. I've heard some people complain saying that it was just a nail glue, and I don't think it is nail glue. I think it is a resin, which resin, I mean, it pretty much smells the same. So it does have that nail glue kind of smell, but just very carefully get it to where I need it. I have gotten better. I've been doing my own dip nails since December of last year, so I've gotten better, I will say. And I just tap off the excess. And I don't know if you can, because the camera doesn't want to focus, but focus. Okay, hopefully this will pick up on camera, these two nails here. I don't go all the way to the cuticle on the first layer, but I will kind of color that in as the second layer. And I do that because it kind of gives me more of a, more of a natural shape. Instead of it being so flat. So I do like, that's personal preference, but I do like the little bit of an arch. Not anything too crazy, but I will go in now and then right to the cuticle without touching it, hopefully. I mean, it happens, and then I will just use the remover if I have to and redo that one nail. And then I just hurry and dip in. This is the second layer, in case I didn't see that. And I just tap off the excess. And I just keep going along my hand until I am done. So now that I have all of my nails done, I will take this, but I'm going to do this off camera just because, again, I don't want it on my electronics. But I just dust off my bottom of my fingertips and then I dust off here. But I would rather the powder go on the floor than, like I said, all over my everything. Okay, but that is it for the pink powder. I will go in and make sure that I didn't get any on my fingers, or like right there, I did get a little spot here. You can use orange wood sticks, but I haven't been to the store to buy any, and then I just kind of pick off what does get on my skin. That way I do have kind of a clean thing. But I do want to add some sparkle. So I am done with the pink, so I'm going to cover that and then kind of switch it out. I did keep the cap off of this one. But so now that everything is dusted off with this brush, you can use any brush really quick. You can use any brush. This is just, it's a cheaper brush, so I know if I want to use this again for makeup that I wouldn't mind spending the money and buying a new one. So same thing with just the base coat. And I'm going to go in and paint my ring finger. And you really do want to make sure that you get an even coat because it will coat differently. And then dip into the glitter. This is a sheer glitter. There's no pigment in it. So if you wanted, I've done it just plain clear dip powders and then the sparkle, and it's really pretty too. I'm going to do the same thing for my thumb. Okay, next we need to put some activator on. We are moving on to step 3. So I apply a small amount of activator to all of my nails. I can usually get out of one dip 2 nails. And then my thumb is usually its own dip into this activator. And And then we follow with a very thin layer of the base coat again. Again, you really just want to make sure that you get a nice even layer on your nail, because it does matter. But this all locks in that color. And I am all done with the base coat, so I will tighten the cap and put it to the side as well. So now we're on to next step, which is step 4, and it says to shape and buff the nails with a red carpet manicure, groom buffer, and then wipe with a lint-free wipe. There is a more gritty side and then more of a buffer side, and depending on how well you got your nails and how much they need to be buffed, is really up to your standards, but I usually just do the lighter side here. This is all dry. It dries very quickly, so I just go in here and I just make sure that it's all even and there's no lumps. Again, I'm not a professional. Kind of learned how to do this myself on YouTube. So I've had a couple people ask me how I do this recently, because I had asked, do I keep the pink or do I switch it up? This one did get a little rough on the edge, so I am just going to, on the other side, which is a little bit more rough, I will flip it over and just kind of smooth it out a little bit. I painted the top of my finger with that first layer. So now that I have them all buffed out really nicely, this is when I use this to really help get all of the dust in out, like out of my finger and stuff, before I go in with the next step. And then there's that, and then we take the wipe here, and it does dry because it is alcohol, and then you wipe it. Making sure that you get the cuticle area and anything that was left behind. Next, we're going to go back in with the activator. And again, paint all of your nails. If you skip this step, they won't adhere as well, and they will pop off. And then you're supposed to leave this on for 20 seconds and then remove the excess with this little wipe. I really just use one for every time I do my nails, so I don't go in and grab a new one. And you really want to make sure that you buff to get this off, because if you do have any of the activator left on when you go in with the last step with the top coat, your brush will harden. So, and then you need to get a new brush. So that's not always a fun thing. So after these are all clean, and you will see a little bit of the pink that comes off, that is just leftover powder. It is not the color actually coming off of your finger. Okay, and then I go in with the top coat, and I do shake it just a little bit, and you're supposed to apply 2 thin coats and let it air dry, and it dries very, very quickly. And then that is it for my nails. I hope you really enjoyed the little demo. But that is going to do it for me today. I hope you had an amazing time today. I hope I explained everything. If I didn't and you have more questions, DM me, ask me in the comments, find me on my other socials. I'm absolutely open to doing another video where I actually remember and do the whole process, maybe the removal and everything. So let me know if that sounds like something fun. Do you use dip powder? Let me know down in the comments, because I'm a curious individual. Y'all know that. I say that in every thing. So I will see you in the next video. Bye!